Yo, what's going on, guys? So, new episode of Toxic Talks, new things to talk about. Now, this one's going to be a little bit of a doozy. Um, I did talk about this at the end of the last one, but has to do with my dog. And well, it pains me to say that we had to put my dog down. It's something that I guess I'm still coming to terms with. Like, I'm not, I guess I wouldn't say I'm sad right now, but it's just something I'm coming to terms that it had to happen. But I want to take this time to just talk about it, give you guys a little insight as to, um, I guess, my thought process on it all before we get into gaming. But basically, we ended up getting my dog when I think I was 7 or 8 years old. Um, and we got her for Christmas. Absolutely amazing, amazing dog. Um, I was the first one to actually notice my dog on Christmas Day, and I'll give you a little story of that. Basically, just woke up. I'm seeing all these different things. I remember specifically, I saw dog related items, and the only people who had dogs that was sort of connected to my life was my cousins. So I was like, "Oh, cool! My parents got Christmas presents for my cousins. Cool, cool, cool." Um, I ended up going into my kitchen because I usually like to drink a glass of water right when I wake up. I am a snorer and a mouth breather, so I need to drink some water when I first wake up. And it's like pretty pitch black in there, but I see like an object and I'm terrified. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this a fucking demon? And I'm like, okay, let me turn on the light. And I see my little dog in the crate, about like 2, maybe 3 months old at the time. An absolute little sweetheart. And I spent my childhood growing up with this dog, loving this dog, having the most amazing time with this dog. And um, I believe she was 16 or 17 years old, or yeah, technically, yeah, past tense now. Um, and I'm not gonna go too much like into the detail of like everything that we did with her, but um, just I guess the beginning and the end. But um, I ended up going home, as you guys know, for the holiday season for a week. It was the first time going back in a few months, but like extended period of time. I haven't taken an extended break in forever. And I went home, was hanging out with my family, and when I first saw my dog, the first thing I noticed was that she was extraordinarily, and I mean like extraordinarily skinny from what she usually is. Like she was never like really really fat. There was times where it was questionable, but like she's never really really fat. But when I went back home, she was so skinny. It wasn't even funny. It wasn't even funny. And that's not a lack of my parents not feeding her. No, she just wasn't eating. And looking back on it now, it wasn't even just that she wasn't eating; is that she couldn't even process her food to begin with. So, but I will say this: my dog was a trooper even until the end because um, when I got home, she had a ton of energy. She was happy. She was excited, and um, I I don't know if it was acting on my dog's behalf or whatever. But while I was home, her kidneys had completely failed. Um, they were not working. They were dead. Um, which basically uh, at least my mom tells me kidneys are for water and all that good stuff, but it still affected basically every other aspect of her life where um, she could barely eat, she could barely hold, like, maintain the protein that she needed to stay alive and to stay kicking. But again, she was a trooper. She basically acted as if nothing was wrong. And but my parents still nonetheless wanted to make sure everything was okay. it was sort of like, oh, we're just gonna go in, just make sure, oh, she needs this kind of thing. Um, after I left, and after I left, my dog basically stopped doing most things. Like all she would do is sleep all day, yada yada yada. So my parents took that as a concern and took her to the vets and found out that it was complete and total kidney failure. That would have been the Friday after I left, so I think the third or something. They found that out, and I left the first, as many of you guys know, to come back home, or to come back where I'm staying now, and basically the day after I left, there was a decline. So that's why I think that she was putting on, I guess, an act for me so that I wouldn't be worried. But who knows? I ain't a dog whisperer. I'm not going to pretend like I am a dog whisperer, but at least that's what it appears to be. Anyway, um, over the course of the weekend, my parents discussed the options, and there really wasn't any good ones. The only option beyond just, I guess, putting her down was to bring her to a hospital, and it wasn't to necessarily cure her. It was just to extend or prolong what was going on, and well, we wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that. I don't think she was suffering. If I'm being honest, she wasn't. Didn't look like she was in distress. She didn't look like she was in that. But like I know many of you would know, if you don't eat or you can't hold in protein and you start becoming bony, it's still not a fun experience to deal with. So it was either prolong it or allow her to rest peacefully and easily. So um, my parents decided that that was the way to go. Um, it's really, really sad, but as of making this video, which is going to be the day before it comes out, um, more than likely my dog would have died naturally, just because she could not, again, she could not eat, she could not hold anything down, and basically the one thing that could have saved her from all this was the thing that was basically killing her. So um, we ended up doing that, and it was a really, really, really tough day for me. That would have been last Monday, and it's just, I guess it was just something I really wasn't expecting. Um, she again, I bring up the point that she was fine. I get, like, again, she was acting fine. She was walking around. She was happy. She came up to me. She wanted to get pet, and she was as well as she could have looked for her age. But what I say is, I'm not sad. I'm not upset. Like, she would have died anyway, just because of what was happening. Um, and this was basically the way for her to not have to suffer if she was suffering, but I don't think she was. So I'm just coming to terms with the fact that it would have happened regardless, and it was, I guess, needed. But I will leave it at this, that um, she was the most amazing dog. She may have had her little quirks, but she was loved by my family, and I know she loved us very, very much, and she will be very, very, very missed. So, but on a more positive note, um, gaming related. So it's a new year. I said that in the last video, new series, all that good stuff. Being that this is episode 2, I think I want to talk a little bit more about, I guess, not necessarily my plans, but what I'm excited for this year. So, number one, I'm playing Throne and Liberty, as you guys can see. We're currently for stream prepping the expansion, I guess you would call it. It's not really, I guess, DLC, but not really DLC, because it's not paid. But it's basically we're going to the north. We're getting new gear. We're getting new enemies, all that good stuff, and we're sort of prepping for that on stream, which is really, really, really nice. And I'm super excited for um, the new stuff to be released. And that's basically what we're doing with Throne. We're going to be playing the new update. I assume that they're going to be coming out with a ton more stuff this year. They've come out with a roadmap for the first 4 months, and it looks like a roadmap for an entire year, which is crazy. So much stuff to do, which I'm really excited for. Once Human, though, the game that we played prior, I don't know what's happening, but a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know, I mean, we're sort of in the same boat. We're playing different games, sort of waiting for the new stuff. But then I actually discussed this with them last night. That even when the new stuff comes out, I don't think it's gonna necessarily carry us for a while. It'll basically give us something to do for a little bit, and then we're just waiting for the new things. So, my hope, at least for Once Human, is they come up with a new system for endgame content that allows it to be repeatable, that allows it to feel rewarding, and all that good stuff. Not that the dungeons, I should say the silos and the monoliths, aren't entertaining to do, but it just doesn't feel really rewarding. But we'll see how that goes. As it goes for new games, some things that I'm really, really really, really excited for, at least right now, but there will probably be more in the future. Right now, Borderlands 4. I love Borderlands. I just recently watched a video yesterday on Jolt's dude hyper analyzing the trailer and all the good stuff. Super excited for that. Also recently announced, I don't think I talked about this last week, but what was it? The co-op Elden Ring. I'm excited for. A few of my buddies are really, really excited for that to come out. I am as well. Now I'm still debating on how I want to go about it. If I want to stream these things, or if I just want to play them off stream and talk about them or whatnot, or even make videos. We'll have to see how that goes, but I am excited to play all these new things. I think Borderlands I might end up playing a little bit on stream, but I don't think I'll make videos on it. But we'll see how that goes. And that basically, at least for right now, for what we know, that basically covers all the stuff that we're really excited to play. But yeah, we'll see about that. And as it goes for, I guess, what's happening in the world. Nothing really crazy is happening with me, but we got a ton of crazy, crazy, crazy nonsense going on in the world. You guys know I don't tend to talk about anything political. I sort of graze it, but more so as like an unbiased, just here's what's happening kind of thing. And this is, I guess, it's better time than any to just talk about it. So as if you guys don't know, there's a ton of fires going on in California, burning a ton of homes in LA, or West LA, I should say. Absolutely incredible. If you guys have seen any pictures out of it, it looks like an absolute like nightmare. Would not recommend going to LA anytime soon until they fix that. But hearts and prayers go out to each and every one of those families who have been affected by the fires. Seriously, it's absolutely insane. Some other crazy nonsense that I've seen this week as well. Trump genuinely considering Greenland and the Panama Canal. Now, I kind of understand wanting the Panama Canal. Not that I necessarily agree with Trump's logic on it, but more so just if there's anything that Trump sort of made sense on, the Panama Canal would be one of them. Because if you don't know the history of the Panama Canal, the United States really, really did not like going around Central, or was it, sorry, South America, because that's a very, very dangerous, I guess you would call it, channel to traverse around. So we opted to make the Panama Canal, and then we were going to lease it from Panama for 99 years and then extend it over the course. We would be in control of it, yada, yada, yada. And then I don't remember when, but I think we sold it or we gave it back to Panama with like direct control, all that good stuff. And apparently Trump wants it back because he thinks we're getting ripped off. Now, whether or not we are, it's up for debate, but it makes sense because we wanted to help not only Panama, because they get a shit ton of taxes off of it. They get a shit ton of money from deals that they make with different countries. They make a ton of profit. But like we were the one who helped them build it. So, but that's one of the things that's going on, at least with Trump. Canada, I have a ton of friends in Canada. It's actually the majority of the people that I would have considered like really really close friends while I was playing competitive console World of Tanks. We're out of Canada, out of Ontario. Yeah, out of Ontario. And apparently Trudeau has stepped down, which is kind of mental. Again, whether or not you believe he was the right guy or not, that's something remarkably crazy to hear, especially in this day and age. You know, all these different, I guess, political drama related things. It just every day seems to get crazier and crazier. But that was not on my bingo card for 2025. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, I mean, it just seems like every year things are getting crazier and crazier, and every year I just want to sink back into video games more and more and more. But you know, shit is going down, and I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it. I just wanna live my life in peace, play video games, give you guys content, make some friendships, have a relationship with my community beyond just like a robotic one behind the screen, you know. But well, someone's gonna need to make the craziest bingo card, and I'd bet on that shit because at this point, no, I guess nothing really surprises me. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, Anything else I want to go over? Anything else in my life? I think there was something else, but I can't really remember off the top of my head. I'll probably remember it for next week. Um, so I think that'll just about do it for this week's video of Toxic Talks. I hope everyone's doing a-okay in the new year. I know it's the second week, but I hope everything's going okay. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I'm not gonna go too much in detail, but yesterday was a bit of a doozy for me to end the week off. So I hope nobody's dealing with that, what I had to deal with yesterday. I hope everyone's doing well. But we're gonna keep cranking. We're gonna keep grinding. We have some really fun videos for Throne in Liberty coming out this week, so keep an eye out for that. And whenever anything else happens, I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. If you guys want to stay completely updated on what happens in my life, I guess you can join the Discord and or watch me live over on Twitch. But again, not required. It's only if you really, really want to keep up with everything. But I think other than that, that is all I have for you guys. So I hope each and every one of you guys has a wonderful, wonderful day. We're still on the cranking and grinding for the 1K subs, but we will get there. We will get there. We want to give back to you guys. I'm not going to be promoting in Toxic Talks pretty much anything. This is just going to be me talking to you guys, but just keep you updated. We are 155 subs away from 1K, so we are extraordinarily happy about that. So thank you guys so much for the love. You guys are absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to give you guys so much more content. I have so many things planned, at least for Throne. I'm excited. But yeah, I hope each and every one of you guys has a wonderful, wonderful day. And as always, take care. And I'll talk to you guys later.